Hello and welcome to Season 4 finale of Ride to Dream FC. We have FC Copenhagen in the debut Pokerland final. We'll play the last game of the season as well. We are champions of the Superliga. Can we be champions of the debut Pokerland? We haven't done a domestic double just yet. Let's see if we can do it. So since we were last here, there was 2 games played in the Superliga. We won 1-0 against Brøndby IF. Ishaku Abdul Fatawu getting the only goal of the game there in the 81st minute. We were a little sluggish coming off the back of our defeat in the semi-final of the debut Pokerland second leg. And we followed up, however, with a 2-0 win over AGF. Adoa Blessing getting off the mark on the 2nd minute, and Emmanuel Omega adding to his tally on the 10th. Good game. Omega had a goal disallowed in the second half as well, but we were too strong for AGF. I hope now that the fact that we can't beat AGF has gone. We've done a double over in this season. Adoa Blessing, nice finish for his goal of the game. And Agume running down the right. We've kind of stuck with our new tactic that we used against Liverpool. Omega, nice pass from Adoa Blessing. He was man of the match in this one. Very comfortable win against AGF, and looking at the league as we are. Champions, 30 games played, 76 points on the board, a goal difference of plus 59. We've absolutely dominated this league, but I'll just move myself out of the way. What we're here for today is the Pokerland final against FC Copenhagen. Let's get into it, and let's hopefully do a domestic double. The team to face Copenhagen today: Dovin in goal, Amay, Bookman, Nagalo, and kind of a league debut for Mofo King. I think he's going to be a good squad player for us, especially into next season as well, looking to give a lot more of our youth prospects a chance in the first team. Diallo, Kana and Hannibal all in our midfield 3. Alalade as our attacking midfielder. Again, more game time hopefully for Alalade. He's got a good value on him, 7 to 9 million, and there must be some prospect in there for him to have quite a high value. Omega and Chimiti, the main people up front. Let's get into the debut Pokerland final, and hopefully we can do the domestic double. Probably said that about 3 or 4 times so far in this episode already, but I don't think we've done it yet, and I really hope that we can. It's our 4th season. I know obviously we won the league last season but lost in the debut Pokerland final to Copenhagen. Can we get revenge on this one? We'll let them walk out. They deserve this moment here. It's not the Champions League. I think because we got into the quarterfinals this year, I'm very confident that with the right additions we can make waves in the Champions League. But first highlight, Amay just throws it to Vavro. Cornelius, this could be trouble. Asadi on the left into Cornelius. It's kicked away. Is that an open goal? No. Who's just saved us there? I think that might have been Bookman that just saved us, but also caused the issue in the first place. We're going to demand more. We haven't done that already, and I've done it now. It's stuck in. Every game we play, I need to click on demand more straight away. But is this Fatu? No, it's Ahmed Diallo over the free kick. What can he do? I mean, good save by Grabara. Biladson against his former team as well. Ahmed into the box. Back to Chimiti. Bookman, he's just smashed it over the bar. Good, promising play. We are going to demand more once more. And if this formation and tactic doesn't kind of work, we can always switch back to our 4-4-2. With the wide wingers in the second half. Omega making a challenge there. Wasn't really necessary, but it's good to see the intent from himself. Now Copenhagen, they can kind of exploit us down the width. Asadi crosses it in. Cornelius heads it just over the bar. And speaking of kind of improving the team, there are 2 transfers. Haven't been confirmed yet. That penalty? It is. We'll get onto the transfers after this. Who's going to take this? Hannibal, apparently. Did he just connect that into the goal? Let's have a look at this again. That was a very interesting... That's very cheeky, Hannibal. Very, very cheeky indeed. He's trying to fight for his place in this team. I am tempted to kind of move Hannibal on into the summer, mainly because he hasn't played as much. He's been injured a few times as well. And, you know, it is time to bring our youth into it. So Mofo King, one of our youth prospects, into Hannibal. Back to Mofo King. Ahmed Diallo, who can drive into the box. He is. I see that all too often in Football Manager. When the player drives into the box, it's always skied over the bar. Ahmed Diallo crosses it in though. Hannibal, his former Man United teammate. Mofo King, Hannibal. He's having a good day so far, Hannibal. He's had a good start to the season as well. But for whatever reason, he kind of fell out of favour with myself, and nothing to do with him. Just me wanting to try and give other players a chance. But Omega to Alalade, and one of those players to have a chance. Is that his first goal for the club? He's fantastic stuff there by Alalade. Kana over the top to Chimiti, heads it onto Omega. Omega feeds Alalade, and that's a very nice finish from the youngster. Expect to see more of Alalade next season, especially if Hannibal is one to leave us. Although Hannibal has just lost out to Krunic. Cornelius bursting forward, but Mofo King gets the ball back. That's nice to see from the young left back. Nagalo into Kana. Ahmed Diallo. Omega. Chimiti, lovely run. Is that 3? No, Lund Jensen just gets a vital block on that. Nagalo into Alalade. Kana. Diallo. Is it still going on this highlight? No. Typical Football Manager fashion, that is. We are into the 70th minute now. Let's make a couple of changes. Nagalo, we're going to bring Baluna on. Again, another youngster to give more game time to. Kabor on the right. Kana. Jorgensen to come in. I mean, do we change any of our strikers off? I mean, Chimiti, we might as well leave him on. Omega, we'll bring you off. We'll end the series. And you know what? Fatu, but for Hannibal. And we put Alalade into the centre midfield position and move Fatu into his newly formed attacking midfield role. Been a lot of bookings in this game, but you expect that with two kind of rivals. We're going to demand more again, but I think we have done the domestic double. And we have... Who's this guy with the orange glasses? Is he trying to take over from me? And he's got orange glasses as well? We've all got the memo, clearly. Wear your suits and your orange glasses, lads. And he's got orange glasses as well. He's the same one from before. Look at us all. Beautiful humans. Speaking of beautiful humans, FC Northland lift the debut Pokeland trophy. Look at that confetti. Lovely stuff. Very, very nice. Any cartwheels today? There we go. Number 22 with the cartwheel. He hasn't pulled his hamstring, hopefully, but a very comfortable win against Copenhagen. 24 shots, 7 on target, an XG 3.80, 69% possession. Very comfortable game. Very nice to see as well. I do feel like the league, with the team that we've built, well, done the double apparently. You've won a nation's top league and cup competition in the same season. We've got a nice little trophy there. And more importantly, the debut Pokeland trophy and the 3F Superliga trophy are coming back to Right to Dream Park. Speaking of coming back, let's go to the last game of the season. So following on from that historic debut Pokeland final win against Copenhagen and also becoming dual champions of Denmark, we did face FC Midtjylland and we beat them 2-1. We ended the season in style. Obviously we've got Randers FC today. But that was a fantastic goal from Alalade. We did go 1-0 down due to Carabello. Nice finish from the Colombian there. Powerful header past Darwin in goal. But then we kind of struck back after half time. Ahmed Diallo into the box. Lovely finish into the left hand corner of the net. Very nice. But then this goal from Adelade. Mofa King, Hannibal, Adelade. What an absolute rocket that was. Put us 2-0 into the lead and 2 goals in 2 games for Adelade. If we look at his development, he seems to be coming along quite nicely. He's played 10 games in the Superliga, 6.7 rating. It's not the best, but it's not the worst as well. And obviously, DB Pokeland, he got that goal in the final as well. Very nice to see Chinedu Adelade, and hopefully a big season next season for him. Now, there are a few players that have travelled early to the World Cup, Chimiti being one of them. For the last game of the season, a bit of a rotated squad. Baluna's going to come in as our right back. He can play centre back as well, but with his heading ability being as a 10, he's got good jumping reach. I think as much game time as we can afford for Baluna. He was unhappy at the start of the season due to him signing the contract as a star player, which is on my bad. But we're going to try and integrate him into the team a little bit more. Mofa King is going to carry on as our left back. Again, some minutes, that would be good for his development. Hannibal, Dorgeles and Christensen. Dorgeles has been very much a bit part player this season. But he's good for squad rotation, squad depth I should say. And he's homegrown at club as well, so we are going to give Dorgeles a game this season. Adelade has been fantastic. He's going to stay as our cam position with Omega and Adoa Blessing in the forward line position. Adoa Blessing, he's improving with every week that passes. He's a good trainer as well. So hopefully he can cap off the season with another goal to his name. Again, big season next season as a squad rotation player. There is something I'm going to do as well. I'm going to streamline the squad as much as I can. I went for kind of 2 first team 11s last season, and while it did well in the Champions League, I think our fitness for our first team players could have been hindered from performing to our best of our ability there. So we're probably going to streamline it down and just go for 23 strong players. We'll go from there. Anyway, let's get into the game. Mame headers it on. Mofa King picks it up, gives it to Dobbin. I think goalkeeper is a position I would still like to improve upon, but it's just finding the right player to come in. And for now, Dobbin is probably better than what I have seen available for us. I mean, that's fantastic by Anderson. Challenge by Anderson onto Omega. Gunderland hits it up to Mame, but Gomez is there. Swiftly gives it to Mofa King into Dorgeles. I mean, I think that was poor from Dorgeles rather than from Mofa King. Hansen though picks up the ball into Ade. Dobbin hasn't even moved. He thought it was offside. I don't think it was. I think that's Ade's goal that will be given. Shouldn't be disallowed. It was awarded. I mean, Ade's a good striker for this league. He does seem to do quite well. He's got 10 goals this season. We did look at him very early on. 8 goals last season, but I think it was 14 goals in the first season that we did come up against Stephen Ade. But a lot of work for us to do now. I mean, I don't know why Dobbin didn't move for that, but yeah, I think Dorgeles losing out in the middle of the park has hindered us there. So Baluna now into Buckman, Christensen, back to Baluna, Alalade, Dorgeles. Lovely ball over the top for Omega. I mean, I think he's onside. Goalie was in no man's land. Or was he offside, and that's why the goalkeeper never reacted? Let's have a look. Has been disallowed. How far offside was Omega here? Yeah, they both went way too early. Maybe that's why the keeper never reacted. We are going to demand more, and I'm going to push it into an attacking mentality as well. I don't want to end the season with a lot. And as always, you go attacking, and not a lot has happened. We're going to demand more again. The Mofa King to Omega. Dorgeles into Christensen. Gives it back out to Mofokeng. I've been impressed with Mofokeng as he's come on. Not with that pass though. Commentator's curse, as they say. Colgren hits it up long. Bookman with the header. Alalade. Adoa Blessing. Out to Mofokeng again. Adoa Blessing. Not sure why he's headed it from that distance. Unless he's got a rocket-powered neck. That was going to go nowhere near the goal. Very disappointing half so far from FC Northland. Although from the stats we are kind of dominating, but it just goes to show when Schmidt is missing, we do tend to struggle. You know what? We shouldn't thrash our arms. Tell them that the media expect better of them. Maybe they don't care about the fans, but we'll have a look now. Sonne, Volkan Nordi. I mean, was that Mofokeng? He's having a controversial game today, Mofokeng. I mean, that's one of the craziest goals I've seen scored against us. Volkan Nordi. I think Mofokeng volleys it onto his own crossbar and then O'Day just taps it into an empty net. Hasn't sold himself too highly today in this game. Anyway, we're going to bring off Gomez. He's on a booking. Although Mofokeng's rating isn't the worst. We're going to bring off Baluna for Kabore, who's performing badly. Hannibal, not doing too well. Alalade, you know what we will do? We will swap back into our formation where we have our wingers. Dorgeles for Fatawu, Numa for Alalade. That is our 5 changes. We're going to hope that Omega and Adoa Blessing can get us back into this game. Speaking of Omega, into Adoa Blessing, one-on-one. Fantastic finish. Cannons off the crossbar. 4th goal of the season for Adoa Blessing. One back into this game. Can we get another? I mean, it's a lovely ball from Omega, but an even better run from Adoa Blessing. Drives into the half. And a lovely goal off the crossbar. And we will keep our tactical changes going forward for this as well. Right, there has been an amendment to the substitution. Don't know why it does this sometimes in Football Manager. It'll swap your positions around. Numar into Fatawu. Off the post, Fatawu. If that was Adoa Blessing in his natural position, who knows what will happen. But we are going to demand more, and we are going to go attacking again. Colgren hits it long. Mame loses out. Fatawu gives it to Christensen. Agume to Omega. Mofokeng. What have we got? Lovely ball into Adoa Blessing, but headed away. I mean, can they counter on us here? Hansen gives it to Mame. I mean, Mofokeng, if you want to kind of speed up and stop him from scoring, that would be lovely. Kabore heads it clear. Volkan Nordi into the box, and Mofokeng and Agume work together to clear it out. I mean, it wasn't very convincing. Berg Janssen to cross it in. Dovin collects quite confidently there. "15 minutes to go." There's another highlight to Randers FC. Berg Janssen, that's going to go top corner there. Put the mouse there just to show where it's going. It has just gone over the bar. I mean, can we demand more? We are going to. I'm going to drop it into a positive formation mentality as well. But it looks like no matter all of our pressure here, looks like we won't come away with a win to end the season. Fatawu to Christensen, Adoa Blessing, fouled in the box, Agume from distance off the crossbar. Could we have done better there? I would like the people shooting outside the box to keep it down, but it doesn't always end up that way. Mame against Nagalo, loses out. Berg Janssen, nice ball to Mame, but Dovin jumps on it. Have we got another demand more? We have. Bookman into Christensen. Come on, let's get 1 goal just to finish off the season. Adoa Blessing to Fatawu, into Namar. Lovely goal there. Very nice to see. He was onside. I'm quite confident he was onside there. Has been awarded. Ernest Namar off a long injury layoff as well. Fatawu, lovely ball to Namar, and he has found the bottom left corner. That's the goalie. Can we get another? Don't think we can. We end the season at least with a draw. good ratings all round, back to an Omega, getting assists, a double blessing, and Numar getting the much needed goals for us. And that brings an end to quite a nice season that we've had. We've hit new heights in the Champions League so far. We've done the domestic double as well. And I suppose we have to come back next time for transfer special. But we're going to get to the end of the season review, and I'll see you. And looking at the club expectations for next season, we're going to be in the 3F Superliga, obviously, DBU Poland and the UEFA Champions League. The board would like us to sign players under the age of 23 for the first team, which is what we do normally. Play attacking football, play possession football, and play high-tempo pressing football. I believe we do that as we are. Working within the wage budget is on course. We spend the original transfer budget. They're delighted with that as well. So, minimum 2-year contracts for first team players. That isn't the judging. Be competitive in the UEFA Champions League and win the 3F Superliga. That's what they want us to do. I mean, our contract, is it going to expire anytime soon? It is at the end of the season. We are going to expire. Do we ask for a new contract? Can we do that? They'll get back to us. The transfer budget has been set at 22 million with a healthy wage budget of 900,000 as well. That's really nice to see. And we'll come back for the season review. Last year there wasn't one. I hope there is one this year. If not, I'll see you at the end screen to close out the episode. We have received an end of season review this time, which is very nice to see. And as you can see as well, we have got the domestic double with the Superliga and the DBU Poland trophy as well. Very nice to see. First time I've apparently done a domestic double in Football Manager this season, which is very nice for myself as well. So as we can see, top transfer deal was Yusuf Chamiti, £35 million in, played 44 games, 35 goals, 9 assists, average rating of 7.58. Can't ask for any more than that. Also, Youssef En-Naziri came in, has played 25 games for us, 13 goals, 5 assists. Fantastic for a free signing. Oliver Dovin made the goalkeeper spot his own. He was number 1 for us for the majority of this season. 31 appearances, 7.22 rating. It's quite rare, I think, to see a goalkeeper have quite a high rating in Football Manager. Well, it has been for previous seasons, but Oliver Dovin has done very well for us this season. Has he made a claim to not be replaced for the end of next season or for the start of next season? I'm not sure. Spent 2 million, valued up between 5 and 7. We'll see how the summer goes, but regarding the stats wise, 15 1-1s, 14 kicking, 14 aerial reach, 14 reflexes and throw-in with 16 jumping reach. He's quite fast as well for a goalkeeper. 12 acceleration, 12 pace. We'll see how he goes. He's done well in the Champions League, conceded 12 in 10. Although he's only kept 1 clean sheet, which is slightly concerning there, but 7 clean sheets in the Superliga, conceding 13 in 17 games. Not too bad. Hannibal came in as a free transfer as well. I'll be honest, I'll be looking to move Hannibal on next season, but if we don't, I'm quite happy for him to be a squad player, but he hasn't really played much. He's played 9 from the start, 18 substitute appearances, although 13 assists in that time, which is quite nice, 10 in the league. Maybe we keep him around as a squad player. Now, Bradji Yabua, 235,000 spent on Bradji. Fantastic player. Unfortunately, we have kind of changed our system to move to no wingers, so he may be stunted in our system, but we have got the 4-2-4 that we can rotate around to give Bradji a run around this season. I mean, hasn't played the most, played 8 games in total, but he is only 19 and there's a lot of progression that can be made with him. Yaphet Tanganga, again, came in on a free. We didn't spend a lot of money, we didn't buy a lot of players for physical money. I liked it coming on a free. He is joining Napoli at the end of the season on £7.25 million deal. Thank you for your service, Japhet. Bul Mofokeng 350,000 was spent. He kind of started the last few games for us last season, or the season just gone, I should say. So a lot of minutes for the coming season for Mo King to become at least a good backup at left back. Duck came in from Aberdeen on a free. He is leaving to Copenhagen as well. Ariembi, 4.5 million spent. Very consistent performer for us this season. He's played 36 games, 7.09 rating. Couldn't ask for any more. He was a good improvement over Dante. And next season, hopefully, as he's got used to us, he can push on and do even better. Ahmed Diallo, we started playing him as a centre mid, as a Mazzala. I think he kind of works in that position. Other than decisions, nothing's below an 11. And 8.5 to 12 million as a rating. Very good player. Come in, 37k a week, 23 years old. He can get better. And hopefully, stronger season next season for Ahmed Diallo. And another strong season hoping for is Alalade, 250,000 spent. Very impressed. He got 2 goals in the last 3 games of last season, including in the debut Pokeland final. Excited to see what Chinedu can do. Hopefully a good pre-season. We need to improve his physicals, but mentally, he's only 18 years old. Technically, he's doing well in the positions, in the stats that he requires. So very excited for Chinedu Alalade for next season. Lucian Agume, brought him in on a free. Amadou Diawara, he came in on a free as well. He is leaving us to go to FC Copenhagen. £3.9 million deal. He didn't play a lot for us. 22 games in total. He was a part of our debut Pokeland team where there was a lot of rotation in the squad. 20,000 off the wages. We'll cover in some nice fees coming in for the end of the season as well. So Bismarck, Ado Blessing, 5.5 million spent. He is improving. 4.1 to 5 million is his valuation. 3.5 years left on his contract. He's going nowhere. He's going to be a good player for next season. Hopefully Omega can teach him how to be a target man. But with 14 jumping reach, which has gone up, 10 of heading, he needs to improve on that. But all around, he's 19 years old and he has got a bright future with us as well. Baluna, enough said about Baluna. There's been a lot of controversy with Baluna this season. Has given a B- rating, 40,000 spent. For some reason we said he would be a star player. He's not. Bad detriment, but I think he is improving as well. I don't see him as a centre-back, not with his 10 heading, but he has got 16 jumping reach and he is 6'2". Who knows what we can do with Baluna. Islam Zaza, another young striker that we brought in, 500,000 spent. He potentially could do the loan out next season, but with trying to hit the Champions League registration rules, we need to kind of keep him around to make him homegrown at club. So a little bit reluctant to release him on loan, but Zaza, him and Ado Blessing, hopefully can get more minutes next season as well. Nicholas Sakot, 80,000 spent on him, 5.5 to 7.8 million. May cash in on him next season. I think with Sake, who we're going to come on to, can't turn down if we've got a bid of 6 million potentially. He's, speaking of potential, 4-star player guaranteed. Potentially as a 5-star. Do we keep him and just loan him out? He's one that potentially could be hindered by our new change in tactics. And looking at him, he's not fantastic. His value's there for potential. So he maybe want to move on if we want to improve positions in the squad going forward. Speaking of Solomon Sake, spent a lot of money on Sake thinking about it. 7 million isn't a small amount of money that we have spent, but 8.8 to 11.5 million valuation. Can he potentially move in on the inside? We could train him as a cam. He's not the best there at the minute, but he's 18 years old. There is a lot of improvement that can be done with Solomon Sake. And lastly, Lawrence Collins came in for £700,000. As a goalkeeper, a lot of potential with this one. He is 18 years old, 3.5-star, potential 4.5-star player. He hasn't played a lot for us. He's very slow and he hasn't got a lot of stamina. And there's a lot of his mentals that is lacking. But with only a 3 eccentricity, I like my goalkeepers to not be too eccentric. and Lawrence Collins, a couple of seasons, he would be homegrown at club, and he has been rated as an A-. So mainly due to getting the player to agree to a lower wage than we would have expected to pay. I mean, it's not really why you would judge a transfer, but hey-ho. Transfers out. There's been quite a few this season that we have got rid of. Andreas Hansen, backup goalkeeper. Ahmed Ali Ben Ramdan, I should say. He went for 5 million to Toluca. Ibrahim Sissoko, remember him? He went out for 12 million. Sekou Koita, 1.6 million. There's some good transfer fees here. Amane Romeo, 1.6 million. This has all helped us kind of buy Chimiti, and you know, Chimiti was our main transfer this season, so very happy with that. Although the Gunmas is C+, C+, I should say. He's on the high side with his wages, 65,000 a week, but an all-round fantastic goalkeeper, fantastic striker, I should say. Don't know where my mind's gone there. I think it's probably because goalkeeper is where we want to improve on. Wanted by Juventus. How much would it take to sell him? Let me know down below. But I have no intention of moving Chimiti on him. So in the 3F Superliga, we did win it. We are champions. The board are pleased. B-. I'm not going to say anything about that. Average home attendance of 10,123. We're hitting 98% of our kind of average, our expected attendance, which is good. Do we ask to expand the stadium? I don't think the fees are there, but you know, you don't ask, you don't get. Chimiti, 23 goals in the league, top goal scorer. I think he's the top goal scorer for the league as well. And again, looking at UEFA Champions League, they wanted us to reach the Champions League proper. We got knocked out in the quarter-final by Liverpool. Looking at our results as well, obviously we lost twice. What was it saying that we lost there? We beat Liverpool 3-2. Was I dreaming things? Was it a fever dream? No, we beat them 3-2. Maybe it's because we lost overall, that's why it's as a red. But yeah, it must be, yeah, because we lost 2-1 to Chelsea. But very good account for ourselves in the Champions League. As I said, knocked out in the quarterfinals. Can we get to the semi-finals next season? That will be my aim. Obviously, we won the DBU Oakland as well. Very nice to see. Moments to remember. Biggest win, we beat Arup 9-0. Chimiti before, Omega with a hat-trick. What a strike partnership between those two. If we look at them, Chimiti got 35 goals in 44 appearances. And Omega, quick maths, 18 goals in 36. So 1 in 2 for Omega. Pretty much 1 in 1 for Chimiti. Champions League, we beat Galatasaray 4-1. Let's have a look at the goals for this one. Can't remember playing this. It must have been it was our first game of the campaign. Probably our first goal in the Champions League as well. To start the season. Christensen into Omega. Chimiti bullies Nelson off the ball. Quite fortunate with the finish, but nicely done. Canner and Christensen. Omega. To Diallo. Lovely ball into Chimiti. Nice finish off the post. 4-2. Yeah, this was our first episode, wasn't it, of this season. Sergio into Morotan to get back to 2-1. Squeaky bum time, but Agume into Chimiti. Hannibal. Lovely finish into the bottom right-hand corner there. And obviously to round off the 4-1, Chimiti back to Agume, up to Omega. Lovely chip over the goalkeeper. Very nice to see. Was that our game to be remembered? I'm not fully sure. I think beating Chelsea 2-0 at home and even Liverpool 3-2 should be the ones. But goal of the season was Ibrahim Adel. We can't see it, but it was a great strike apparently. I don't know. Looking at Alalade's goals at the end of the season, I think that they are more impressive anyway. So looking at our finances, our club reputation has improved. We were a 3-star team. We're now a 3.5-star team. Club reputation has increased over the last season, so help us to attract high caliber players, help our support base grow, and greatly improve our commercial revenue. Now we have got a couple of good affiliates in regards to our commercial revenue. We have got the team in China and the team in South Korea. Hopefully we can improve our sales over there as well. No new sponsorships for this year, but they will be kind of mentioned, I'm assuming, as the season starts. Looking at our annual revenue, 6 million as opposed to 4.12 last season. Broadcast revenue has nearly doubled, 7.4 million as opposed to 4.7. Corporate hospitality has risen by 14,000. That's nice to see. Competition prize money, because we made it into the quarter final as opposed to the round of the 16, 63 million was brought in. Very nice to see. Matchday commercial retail, 534,000. That's an increase of 33,000 there. So shirt sales, I mean, it's nice to see Diamande as our number one there. Chimiti, En-Nesyri, Amad Diallo, and Agume. All nice to see. All of them as well are African players. Very, very nice. This is how we lined up. The 4-2-4 was our go-to this season, but that is going to change now to the 4-3-1-2. Dovin, Ame, Buckman, Gomez, and Ariane B. To be fair, there may be an addition to that back line next season, hopefully. Canner and Christensen in the middle. Again, no spoilers, but there is a CDM that is coming in to be a first teamer there. En-Nesyri on the left? I don't think so. That's Diamande, Diallo, Chimiti, and Omega. Omega and Chimiti should be swapped around. That's how they were playing last season, but very nice to see. All of them with a green lot of form. Accolades. We won the Danish Manager of the Year. Naturally, we won everything. So, not surprised to see that we did clean up the managerial awards. Looking at the player awards for the club, Yusuf Chimiti, Fans Player of the Season, Young Player of the Season, Signing of the Season. I mean, we spent 35 million on Chimiti. Not going to go over him again. He's fantastic. 35 goals in a season. Broke a record there. Most goals by a player in a match, 4. Broke a record there. Most goals by a player in a league match, 4. Broke a record there. Most player of the matches awards, 10. Broke a record there. He's only 22. If we can keep him for the majority of this game save, I'm sure we'll win the Champions League with Chimiti spearheading our attack. Goal of the season, Ibrahim Adel. He is leaving us to go to FC Porto. 15 million spent. I think it's a good bit of business. We'll see. I think there's a percentage of sell on as well with Ibrahim Adel. So we'll see how that goes. Hannibal, most assists last season with 13. As I said, potentially looking to move Hannibal on. We'll see. If there's no offers, I'm quite happy to keep him around the team. And most passes completed in 90 minutes. Nagalo, I mean, it's been a mainstay here for us, Nagalo. 23 years old, very solid centre-back. Good that he can play right back, centre-back, even potentially as a left-back. Who knows? He's going nowhere. He's homegrown at club. And history in the making. Hard work and effort paid off on the pitch, and such a feat didn't go unrewarded at the end of the season. What have they said about us then? Norgeland, FC Norgeland, came together so powerfully in the middle of the season to set themselves up for a title many fancied them to win. We won the Superliga and the DBU Pokalen. FC Norgeland owe everything to a fantastic middle of the season that gave them momentum to go on and lift the title. Obviously, the dynamic timeline is here as well. 4 trophies in our season so far. 4 major awards. Very nice to see. I think what I might do in my off time as well, do kind of a season review going forward for any new viewers, going over kind of the highlights from season 1 to 4. Prolific Chimiti. What a player. Absolutely love Chimiti. Kind of couldn't say this as well, but we had a lot of players in the Next Gen Award. Is it going to show what we can do? Let's have a look. Normally, I think it kind of shows who you have got there. Hasn't done so on this occasion. But in the Next Gen, Bradley Yeboah, Yohei Watanabe, we are looking to move him on. Obviously, we only brought him in because it was a cheap fee and obviously hoping to get a lot of transfer profit from Watanabe there. Asbjorn Jorgensen was in there, Baluna, Siaka Toure. We haven't really kind of focused on him a little bit. He's in our second team. Bought him for not a lot a couple of seasons ago for 150,000. Yeah, will he amount to anything? I'm not sure just yet. I don't think our scouts are, or coaches are either. 2-star definite, potentially a 3-star. It's good to have around the club to be a homegrown player for Champions League registration. But that is the end of the season review. We have agreed a new deal to stay at the club, a new 4-year deal as well. I'm very excited to see what is going to happen next season. I hope you are too. I'll see you next episode for a transfer special, but for now, goodbye. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.